Good day, everyone. So, today we're going to talk about the assignment that given by Sir Nafis. So, this assignment is about Sir Nafis give us a topic which is the impact of COVID-19 in educational institution. So, here we guys need to interview an employee from education institution, example like lecturers and teachers. I mean, we need to ask what is the impact of COVID-19 before and after. So we ensure that teacher and lecturers know and have experience like before, like face-to-face classes, and also like after COVID-19 one. So we ensure that we can get the best answer from them. So this is my team, and I'm the leader for this assignment. My name is Jaintan Maniam from Diploma in Management course.
And my name is Mukesh Karan from Diploma in Management.
My name is Rubini Krishna from Diploma in Management.
My name is Diveshni Devendran from Diploma in Management.
My name is Jenny Nisam from Diploma in Management.
My name is Mesa Salumi Nair from DIM.
Okay, let's hop into assignment. Selamat sejahtera cikgu. Saya dari Universiti MSU, nama saya Jaintan Maniam. So, cikgu tolong memperkenalkan diri cikgu.
Okey, selamat petang saudara Jaintan. Saya Ajines Lachmanan. Bekerja sebagai cikgu bekerja sebagai guru di SDKT Sidang Barang Pelai, Teluk Intan. Antara sekolah yang berada di kawasan bandar, dan saya bekerja di sekolah ini selama 2 tahun yang lepas.
Baik cikgu, okey. Sekarang saya ada satu soalan kepada cikgu ya. Cikgu, saya nak tanya yang sebelum COVID, cikgu mesti mengajar pelajar-pelajar cikgu face to face, tak ada online classes semua. Tapi selepas COVID ni disebabkan situasi kita telah jadi macam ni, total jumlah education industry kita tukar kepada online classes semua. Okay. Bagaimana cikgu mengendalikan cabaran tersebut?
Okey, pertamanya kita menghadapi cabaran daripada peranti telefon ataupun kebanyakan murid kita tidak mempunyai telefon, tidak mempunyai komputer, tidak mempunyai laptop. Itu adalah satu cabaran yang utama, cabaran pertama yang itu. So, murid yang perlu mengikuti online class, mereka perlu mempunyai peranti lah. Itu cabaran pertama. So, bagi mengelakkan masalah ini, guru-guru telah memberikan modul photostat kepada murid-murid, serahkan kepada murid-murid, dan kita hanya hantar arahan untuk melaksanakan tugas-tugas tersebut melalui WhatsApp ataupun Telegram kepada murid-murid. Itu yang kita laksanakan. Keduanya dari segi penglibatan murid dalam PDPR. That means kebanyakan murid tidak libatkan diri. So mereka beranggapan bahawa ini adalah musim cuti dan mereka berfoya-foya dan mereka berehat di rumah. So itu cabaran kedua. Yang ketiga, pemahaman ibu bapa. Kita perlu memahamkan, kita perlu penerangkan kepada ibu bapa kepentingan PDPR dan kepentingan mengikuti kelas online. Apabila 3 perkara ini kita selesaikan, maka penglibatan murid itu akan menjadi tinggilah. Ini adalah 3 cabaran utama.
Okay, baik cikgu. Terima kasih cikgu sebab menolong saya dari segi assignment ini.
Thank you, Jaintan.
Okay, terima kasih cikgu.
So, to understand the effect of COVID-19 in the education field, we have a teacher from an international school to give a point of view. Good afternoon, ma'am. So, everyday teachers face challenges in the classroom while teaching, aiming to make sure what has been taught reaches the student. You know, it's not an easy task to control a classroom full of students while teaching. The arrival of a COVID-19 pandemic has caused drastic changes in schools and institutions. They were forced to switch to online classes. Given this situation and knowing the challenges faced by the teachers in conducting everyday normal classes, how did you as a teacher cope up with such a transition in mode of teaching?
The first problem I faced was controlling the students over the screen. It's not the same as controlling the students in a class. And the next says like whether the students were paying attention or not. Like for example, if a teacher teaches, we will not be sure whether the student is actually listening to what has been taught or silently messaging to someone else like his friends or going into another app, playing something or visiting some other website. So that was one of the major issues faced during online classes. The next, I would say, is like while conducting an assessment, the papers were sent or mailed, or it was even distributed through Zoom, but we will not be 100% sure whether the students actually learned and wrote the exam paper or they were seeing some other materials or went into website to get the answer and thereby submitting the papers with copied answer. So these two were the major issue faced by not only by me but by most of the teachers during this COVID lockdown when all the classes were going online.
So thank you, ma'am.
Hi, madam. Good morning. My name is Rubini Krishnan. I am from MSU Ipopera. Today, I am going to have an interview session with primary school teacher, Madam Mary Clara from SJKT Chetias Ipopera. She is also penolong kanan co-curriculum for that school. Hi, madam.
Hi, hello.
Okay, let's start our interview session, madam. So the situation is, every day teacher faces challenge in the classroom while teaching, aiming to make sure what has been taught reach the student. We know that it is not an easy task to control a classroom full of students while teaching at the same time. The arrival of pandemic of COVID-19 has caused drastic change in schools and institutions. They were forced to switch to online classes. How did you, as a teacher, was able to cope up such a transition in the mode of teaching? Can you explain it, madam?
Yes, that's for sure. When we were in the classroom, the teaching was totally different because we are facing the children face to face. But this COVID pandemic season, yes, all of a sudden we have to go on with online classes. Online classes in a sense, yes, we do faces some problem. For example, like I'm teaching year 4 children, that is 10 years old children, you see. So first time they are going to expose themselves in the online classes. What in the first time when I was doing my online classes, what I was facing is, so when the class is on, Google Meet is on, sometimes the children, they don't know how to speak. They don't know how to unmute. When I ask them the question, they don't know how to unmute. So some they'll be owning the mic, they don't know how to on the video. So sometimes all the students will on. So when we ask the question, the sound all sometimes in the beginning, it was very difficult. As the days goes on, when I sit and I told them, when we guide them, they were very nice. Okay, or so far for as I'm teaching Basam Life for year 4 children, okay, total student is 25. The most attendance was, beginning was less. After we were talking to the children, my attendance should be 20 out of 25. The problem sometimes, the children, the parents, sometimes when the pupil cannot attend, I will always call the parents. They will be explaining. Their problem sometimes they'll be having only one cell phone. So say today the brother was using the phone. So it's a very that kind of situation. Pity the family. Also, we have to. One family got a lot of children, whereas they'll be using only one cell phone. So they have to share. You see, in this kind of situation, we give them offline. We give the offline photostat. Those who don't have a phone, we send the photostat copy at school. The parents will come and collect. You see this kind of situation lah. Then so far, okay. Then while teaching time, some they won't attend because the parents don't know how to handle the phone on and switch on.
Yeah.
So far, as the days goes on, everything.
So it's good to hear. So, madam, okay, that's our interview session finished. Thank you for joining me in this interview session. Thank you a lot, madam.
Okay, thank you.
Selamat petang, madam. Saya Diveshni Devendran from MSU Ipoh. Saya hari ni nak ambil interview dengan Puan. So sebelum tu saya minta Puan untuk memperkenalkan diri.
Okay, sebelum tu Happy Deepawali ya untuk you.
Thank you Puan.
Nama saya Puan Melissa. Saya berkhidmat sebagai guru di salah sebuah sekolah di Bandar Raya Ipoh.
Oh, okay Puan. So Puan, saya teruskan dengan soalan. Soalan saya hari ni adalah, sekarang kan kita ada dalam pandemik COVID-19. Dulu masa zaman sekolah semua cikgu jumpa murid-murid face to face. Time tu pun mereka menghadapi pelbagai dugaan dalam classroom, dalam bilik darjah. So time tu pun memang pelbagai dugaan. Apakah dugaan yang sekarang cikgu tengah menghadapi? Sorry Puan?
You mean dugaan sebagai cikgu mengajar online class? Okay, dia online class ni, sekarang ni semenjak kita menghadapi situasi COVID-19 ni kan. Kerajaan memberi peluang kepada semua pelajar kita belajar dalam online class, iaitu PDPR lah. Kita ada dua, iaitu satu kebaikan dan keburukan. Saya mulakan dulu dengan keburukan ya. Kan dia, bila kita online class ni, kedatangan untuk mencapai 100% pelajar hadir memang amat sukar. So yang kedua tu, pada saya fokus kepada pelajar memang kurang memberi tumpuan. Contohnya sebagai saya mengajar murid, sebab bila kita bersemuka dia lain, sebab kita akan terus contohnya pelajar, Munira, why you not concentrate, apa semua kita boleh pergi kat dia kan. Kita boleh bertanya. Kalau macam ni kita online, bila salah seorang anak-anak murid saya kurang memberi tumpuan dan suka untuk saya untuk nak face to face dengan dia, tetapi saya sebagai cikgu sedaya upaya untuk bertanya apa masalah, sebab setiap seorang murid-murid ni berbagai-bagai ragam, berbagai-bagai perangai. Dia pun sebagai seorang pelajar faham, kan? Itu dah memang itu lumrah sebagai kita. Sebagai satunya, cikgu memang kena sering sabar dengan telatah murid-murid sekarang ni. Saya faham sebab nak bangun pagi ni, ni kat rumah ni nak bangun pagi, alamak cikgu dah kata pukul 8, make sure time punctual, kena log in. Cikgu dah ada dekat sini, cikgu tak nak, cikgu dulu, you all mana? Hilang, kita pula kena remind one by one, mana dia. Itu keburukannya, sebab cikgu pun masa dia pun terhad. Bila kita kata pukul 8, dan ada juga yang, bukan saya kata semua pelajar macam ada masalah macam tu, tak ada pencul apa. Ada yang masalah pencul, 7.50 dah memang standby dekat situ. Ini pada kami sebagai cikgu, satu pembaruan, kita kena ajar anak-anak murid sedaya upaya. Yang paling challenge adalah kalau tahun tu anak murid menduduki peperiksaan seperti SPM kan. Itu memang kita memberi tumpuan yang sebagus-bagusnya. Itulah di antaranya, sebenarnya banyak lagi. Untuk Divya, ini yang bolehlah saya bantu anda.
Thank you Puan. Saya rasa sangat berfokus dengan Puan. Memang macam, terlalu fokus. Dan saya suka dengan reply Puan. Terima kasih.
More info, anytime you boleh call saya lah. Saya Cikgu Melissa. So anything boleh call saya. Jangan malu-malu.
Thank you Puan.
So very good day to Miss. My name is Mesa Shalmin Nair. I'm a student from MSUC Ipoh. So Miss, you may introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Sharon. I'm currently a teacher working at TMC Preschool and currently teaching online classes for now.
So Miss, I got a few questions to ask you. Ever since this 2020, we know that we enter into a lockdown phase, right? So we as Malaysians, we had been having MCO on and off. And during this MCO period, students are not allowed to have face-to-face classes. So my question here is that, Miss, how the challenges that you face as a teacher conducting your everyday normal class through online, and how did you as a teacher was able to cope with such transition in the mood of your teaching?
Again, for students, it was difficult because when you have students from the age of 3 to 5 years old, it's not easy to keep them in front of the computer for 1 hour. We have to think something. So as a teacher, for me, that part was a bit difficult because I have to come up with so many creative activities, creative content, videos to keep them to just sit and listen to me. So for a few months, it was difficult. And then students were not used to looking at you on the screen because they're so used to seeing me teaching them physically. So it was a bit difficult to keep them concentrated and to ensure that whatever I teach, actually they understand. So that was the thing that I faced. I think as well as a student, every time we have to keep in touch. So keeping in touch also, it takes time because again, parents are working. And whenever we send them any homework, is a bit difficult because again, some of them have their own device, some of them don't. Some of them use their parents' device. So it is a bit difficult for us to get the response. Like if let's say I tell, okay, students, I need you all to send me by today. You will not get it by today. Maybe I'll get it by end of Friday. So that's when as a teacher, we have to be patient and we just have to wait.
Okay, that's all from me, Miss. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, you're welcome.
Greetings, I'm Jenny from Course Diploma in Management, and I am very much honored to be interviewing one of the teachers from an education institution in Perak. So as we can see, the interview and the focus of our talking point today will be about education institution and COVID-19. So Madam Janet, will you please share with us the impact of COVID-19 pandemic towards education institution?
Hi to all, and thanks Jenny, Miss Jenny. Then I'm Janet. I'm work here in Ipoh in a primary school, Sekolah Rendah ACS Ipoh. I'm a primary teacher mainly on science and mathematics subjects. Okay, during this pandemic, if in my opinion, we can say that most of the students are struggling in their studies. Even though there is facilities among them in their houses about the internet and all that, but some of them, they can't understand the value of the education of each subject without teachers' helps face to face. Even though we are having classes online regularly, they are doing the exercises regularly, but we can't see the real effort of the students face to face. This is one of the struggling we are facing now in our education department. Then in other case, we can see that some of the students are very good in information technology, like they can use the technologies very well. They improve themselves in doing their own work, and they give a good effort and they improve their computer skills and others way. But how about the rural place? In town, they are improving. But in a rural place, they are still in a question mark. The education level is still in question mark. So even though this pandemic gives us good and bad, the education system still are struggling in maintaining the quality of the subjects.
Okay, thank you, Madam Janet, for sharing the blind side of what's happening in education system and its institution. So thankfully, we know much more about the impact that pandemic has on students' learning. That we didn't know for the past few months because we were all so much busy with our course throughout this pandemic. So many would less likely notice the flaws that has been happening in all these institutions. So thank you very much for sharing the information, Madam Janet. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Jenny.
From the summary, we have collected the data from the teachers and lecturers through the entry session. We have collected the data that we have known that the COVID-19 has badly affected the education sector. When the education institution switched to the online class from the face-to-face, and the teachers and the student are so stressed because of this. The teacher cannot teach the student well because some of the students are facing gadget problems, such as they don't have laptop, they don't have the internet access to their study well to enter the online classes. Some students don't know how to access to the Zoom or Google Meet. Some students don't know how to speak when the teacher asks the question. So because of this, the teacher feels stressed, and the teacher and the student, they both lost the valuable time because of this COVID-19 pandemic. So much of the students are lack of their information, or like example, like their lack of their education, because they don't know how to study in this online method, because mostly face to face the student will concentrate and they will focus when the teacher teach to them. Now because of this COVID-19 pandemic have changed to the online classes, the student cannot they cannot focus, because when the teacher is teaching, the teacher don't know what their student are doing, because they don't know they are playing games or they message to their friends. So that we can see that the COVID-19 has badly affected the education sectors. From this we know that all teachers and students, they feel so stressed and they lost their valuable time in this period. And so we hope that everything will recover soon and all students can go to the face-to-face class. So thank you.